Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to cry. You can't put me again.
What fi gonna eat no money, what fi at you, it no at you. Covid money, miss away in the your little rat you. Use the youth, them money, waste my musta man to statue. Say me like a cashew, but me got in a figure you. Take the spit of money, girl, and say that is not you. One day the man above end up in my gutter. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. My singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile up the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them
It
raise.
burn me.
I see corruption face.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out with each.
Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't put me again.
Come me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The already promises none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth and rap and they down in our river. Member bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like people themselves.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the sun man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
Or them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat everyone.
Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't
Stevie dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no keep. And some informer friend we love like. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Good evening to all my globalists. Good evening and welcome wherever you are watching from, whether be it's TikTok or YouTube. Good evening, welcome. Thank you for joining us. My eyes are giving me a warm time. So you will have to excuse me tonight not doing your roll calls because the eye is blurry and I'm going to have to fight myself tonight to read an article because I want to go through it bit by bit with you. It's an article in the Observer, another attack on Mr. Bolt, but this time it comes in the form of a rat. You know the rat bites and blows. I'm biting you, but I'm blowing at the same time. Hopefully, you do not feel that I am really biting at you, but it's what I'm really doing. And this article was written by Lady Hazel Portobello. We will get to that later. But I've come across a very good video that looks at Trump and the USAID and the LGBT pushed by the Jamaican Labour Party and others. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, dear subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Lovely to have your support as always. Pardon me for not being able to shout you all out one, but all my renters, you know your respect is large. I've come across a video, someone sent it to me from a young man, quite an independent vlogger, not a political surrogate vlogger or what. He's quite an independent vlogger. It's about Jamaica. And he looked at the USAID and the organizations in Jamaica as well as the government who are purporting such idea. I have had this conversation on here with you before, especially women, as to how I think women should not stay quiet on this LGBTQFP push, especially in the education system to children. Why is it a danger to women in the long run? Historically, women have fought for many rights, which they still have not achieved. Women have fought for voting rights, equality, and all sorts. But we can fairly argue that women have still not reached the equal pay for men and women doing the exact same work. Now, when you have this system, after women being in the workplace, been fighting for rights all these years, elevation to the boardroom, equal pay as men doing the same job. Here comes, you have a broad shoulder, tough footback, bearded man in a wig and heels, elevated to the boardroom under the new laws, especially in this country. He's a woman and he can demand the rights of a woman. It is a messy affair in this United Kingdom, this particular agenda. It's been taught in the school. The language of things has changed, the him, her, them, theirs, chest feeding as opposed to breastfeeding. You may see a man today in your workplace just in heels and skirt and wigs with his beard on, but you might still have to refer to him as his male name. Depends on how he feels on that day. You might have to refer to him as the female name. It's a confusion. But in all this, women have a lot to lose when it comes to equality within employment. Because of all the years women been in employment fighting for equality, access to the boardroom, and equal pay. Here you have, under this new model, a man can take that position in the boardroom as a female. And then you have a boardroom still full of men. And then the woman is excluded from the boardroom because there's a man there in skirt, and under the new system, he's a woman. So it blocks you, the woman, from going to the courts to seek a redress for discrimination and such alike and such a forth. But this young man has done a good research on the USAID and the US agenda being pushed. He's called Patriotic Jamaican. You should all check out his channel and give him some strength, because he's doing very good independent work. So I'm not going to disturb you. I'm going to let you all listen throughout. Then we come back on the other side.
Breaking news, the US government just cut a $1.5 million check for LGBT advocacy in Jamaica. But wait, Trump's administration was on a mission to shut it all down. So what happens now? Is this foreign aid or foreign agenda? Buckle up, because this is a wild ride through international politics, controversy, and Elon Musk roasting government spending. Stay tuned. What did Trump do? Why was USAID under attack? Stick around to find out. Hey, patriotic internet friends and family, welcome back to the channel. In this video, should the US be funding LGBT advocacy through USAID aid donations in Jamaica? This is not the first money I get donated towards the whole alphabet agenda in Jamaica. Who remember in 2022 when Canada donated 9.8 million Canadian dollars, which would have been equivalent to around maybe 1.2 billion Jamaican dollars, to push said reproductive rights, i.e. abortion rights, and LGBT rights in Jamaica. Yes. And we saw Olivia Babsy Grange and Juliette Cuthburn Flynn, you see me? When that money was handed over to Jamaica to push that said initiative. So none of this, no new, even though Trump take over and I say, all right, look, the adults are in charge, picking them now run America again. No more wasting a US tax dollars money to go towards this garbage of pushing no LGBT agenda, because we're not supposed to use US taxpayers money to do that. So Trump cut that the card, but Canada is still there. We can only hope now, say, a serious government take over, and me attack Trudeau them opposition, win the next.
And not just Canada, the EU is pushing exact the same agenda.
Election and get our Trudeau party, because a Trudeau them they donate the 9.8 million Canadian to Jamaica. So make we go back in our time capsule now, where in 2007 when Andrew Holness was the education minister, the teacher them.
Right, I want you to follow his timeline carefully. His timeline and the participants he's referring to.
Bust out a story that there was this alleged textbook that was to be introduced in the schools, and in that said textbooks you had chapters on same-sex relationship, same-sex marriage, same-sex couple raising children as a family, and the teachers them say, no, we not teach our children that. The church come out and start bonfire as well. So Andrew Holness at the time, as the education minister in 2007, come out angrily, very vexed now, and say, no go so. So you can say as far back as 2007, the Labour Party party, JLP, has always been entangled up in and amongst this whole LGBT agenda where they might try push on the youth. Because of the youths them a target. And we as adults, because they know say we don't want to have nothing to do with that. So the health and family life education curriculum for schools was ordered to be revised in 2012 because that curriculum appeared to be normalizing the homosexual relationship. And in 2014, several children's homes across Kingston and St. Andrew was introduced to a sexual education course within 6 children's homes by human rights group Jamaicans for Justice, JFJ. So apparently, I don't know what going on with JFJ. I don't know if they get hijacked by gay rights promoters or whatever. But JFJ apparently set its sights on Jamaica's most vulnerable children in these said children's home who are wards of the state. So the targeted group for that specific project targeted approximately 120 children ages 12 to 17 at the National Children's Home, St. John's Bosco Boys Home, Elsie Bernard Girls Home, Sunbeam Home for Boys, and Alpha Boys Home. So they were at these private children's home. I teach them everything LGBT and teaching the children to be experts and peer educators. I want to say peer educators, you know. Them I teach these wards of the state at the children's home to be gay rights lobbyists, LGBT lobbyists. So guess what now? When them the picnic they go primary school or high school, them might interact with my children, your children, or everybody's children, and them will try indoctrinate and brainwash our children. So guess what? Them bypass the teachers in the classroom. Because the teacher them in the classroom say, no, we're not depend that and we not do it. So them take a different angle. Silent weapons for quiet wars. I say, all right, how we can get in our schools? Basically under the radar and undetected. Somebody come up with that brilliant idea, say, want to, if we teach you picnic them at the children's home, and make when them go school, them start teach the children them about it, them peers about it. So that's what happened in 2014, which the PMP in the form of Ronnie Tweets come out and blast the JLP government, and Lisa Hanna, then youth minister, ordered an immediate end to the course. So fast forward to 2016, JLP again, you know, this time education minister Royal Reid try push the same agenda in public and private institutions. And Ronnie Tweets again from the PMP come out and blast him and say, no, we will not allow you to push the health and family life education curriculum. We are now going to try groom the minds of our children to become future lobbyists for sexual freedom without boundaries. So for whatever reason, the JLP always at the front and center at this whole LGBT initiative in Jamaica. And this is one of the things when you take...
I wonder if the JLP is hearing this, because this young man is not a political surrogate for any party. He is very independent in his work. He's patriotic. His channel is called Patriotic Jamaican. Very independent in his work. And if you see the timeline he outlined, this agenda is by and large generally pushed by the Jamaica Labour Party, who run around, me telling them all the while, said, those who no see, run around and burn fire and strike matches, always be careful of those who are burn fire and strike matches.
Foreign aid for foreign countries, because foreign aid are not helping on. It is to push their agendas and their interests. So all of them money there where you see we get from Canada and USA, you always have strings attached to it. Should any government decide to say, no, we not take the money, you know what going to happen already. Visa restrictions, tell them tourists to stop coming to Jamaica, block all remittances from coming to Jamaica from these countries, put a travel ban on Jamaica. Canada closed down farm work program. So, you get the picture. So, we are always being bullied by these bigger countries where we depend on. That's why BRICS is always the best idea and the best solution for Jamaica's future. Me not see no country in a BRICS push this agenda. As a matter of fact, the BRICS country them is very anti this agenda. Because Russia for one of them and this none at all. So again, we live in the West. The West always said democracy is the best thing will ever happen. And these communist countries like Russia and China and Cuba them are evil country. But for some reason, it look like the total opposite. I remember all these agenda is to push the global depopulation agenda. So them need to achieve the depopulation by any means necessary, you know. So it's not as simple as it looks. You get what I say? Who remember when Isaac Buchanan resigns as PNP Human Rights Commission chairman? Now, in the modern time, we know say human rights is the same as LGBT rights. So even over the PMP is also somewhat on board with this same agenda. So even though we see Ronnie Tweets a burn a fire, Ronnie Tweets is just one man in the PMP. So now we have to pay keen and close attention with a watchful eye on the PMP. Because we don't see where Labour right depend already. So in Jamaica, you have to watch your favorite political parties and your favorite political leaders. Yes, you have to pay keen and close attention to them because guess what? All of them are on board. It will them serve the same master. So you can be in denial and delusional all you want, but oh, my party and my party leader now do this and them now do that and the prime minister now depend that and you realize are you with them say I deal with it? Yeah, go and kill yourself. Do all the mental gymnastics one want. How long you can hide from the truth? Fact. That no one know. You see, the truth never deny the seeker, you know. It's the seeker who always deny the truth. And all of this happen under the JLP government. But as me say, both political parties are on board. Them know them can't touch this directly, you know, because that would mean political suicide for any of the two major political parties in Jamaica. So you will come in place. Let me say, are you responsible for this? A smoke screen, man. Misdirection, smoke and mirrors. For deflect from say, well, the government have to sign off panning. You can just take up this pan and say, oh, them will do it. And that's how it work. All of this happen under the Biden-Harris administration, Democrats. So now Trump come in and I say, oh, all of this madness, all of this crap, have a tap. You see me? I'm glad Trump come and clean up this whole alphabet situation. Because watch here, had the Democrats win, Jamaica would have turned one big aquarium full of aquatic creatures. We not depend that. You see, UE is the liaison, Zin, but UE is not the government. Nothing like this can happen without the government signing off on it. You see, because first and foremost, you cannot go against the morals and the laws of the country. So the last time I check on paper, in the books, I don't know if they change the law, we don't know, but Buggery and them thing there in Jamaica was illegal. So how una push these aquatic creature agenda and I get paid big money. You see me, 1.5 million US money going against the wishes and the will of the people. Me not understand. Jamaicans, we need to take a stand. All of this anti-aquatic creature lingo where Jamaica have, that's all we have. We don't really stand for nothing. You see, most Jamaicans pretend and act like they're straight. Videos like them, yeah, no get no views. A lot of people just silent panda matter, yeah. You see me like, they no see it. Me never don't make this pass and me no cover this topic, yeah.
That's why I say to women, you have to stand up because the men are very silent on this issue. But when it comes to a lot of things on rights issues, it's women who are going to lose out a lot, an awful lot. You will have the same fight. This will revert you back to almost the suffragette movement. Jamaican men are bought out. Believe you me, I'm telling you, Jamaican men are bought out. Let's listen more.
If we, the people, not take a stand and put a stop to this, it will reach in a basic school, you know. And your little boy, your little girl will come home and tell us, say, she think she want transformer and she want turn transmission. She born in a wrong body. All sort of stupidness. Cause for some reason, Jamaicans love bury their head in the sand like an ostrich and ignore present or obvious dangers. And this is the government's way of, make sure so they hand clean of a situation like this. But we know them have to sign off, Panny, and give the okay and the green light. You get what I say? I saw it run. UWI is not the government of Jamaica. UWI no have no powers to implement something like this on the population. After we never vote for UWI or nobody up at UWI, when election time come, me not see UWI as an option. You see JLP or PMP. So UWI has no power in this. UWI is more like the scapegoat. So the blowback no go back on a specific political party. So the Democrats in America were the one where did push this woke ideology. So now we have to go put into question the straightness of all our black people and what we see as support the Democratic Party. How can you support and vote for a political party like the Democrats? We are push one agenda like this. How you have to say straight? Me would have never vote for the Democrats again. That will separate me from all I know who are on the planet. My political party ever tried that, me cut them off for life. Because what? You are push an ideology that goes against my morals and my values. You see, me don't know about nobody else, but I am a straight heterosexual male. Me love woman. My holy trinity is man, woman, and child. So guess what? We as straight people, we can't stay silent on matters like them here. Women not supposed to stay silent on this because guess what? They are being attacked by our womanhood is now being threatened by transformer transmission, where a transmission I go come in a workplace and have more rights and talk over real biological women. So real biological male hijack and steal womanhood from real biological woman. All of this madness don't make no sense. That's why Republican Nancy Mace, I say USAID under the Democrats, I spend money, billions on the most stupidest and dumbest initiatives. You see me? You will spend money to push aquatic creature agendas in other countries in the world is a dumb and stupid initiative. Trump versus LGBTQ advocacy in Jamaica. You see, USAID, the United States Agency for International Development, has been throwing money around like a rich uncle at a family reunion. Millions have gone into LGBTQ plus advocacy, media training, and green transportation across Latin America and the Caribbean. Jamaica specifically US 1.5 million to strengthen LGBT rights advocacy, a huge deal in a country where this topic is, let's just say, controversial. And Jamaica wasn't the only one cashing in. USAID also spent US 7.9 million training journalists in Sri Lanka to avoid using binary gendered language. US 6 million to promote feminist democracy online, and US 25.
This is one of the reasons you must listen carefully to languages when journalists speak, when people of organizations such as Jamaicans for Justice, JUMP, what the other one named National Integrity Action. These are the people who take a cut out of the USAID to push such agenda. And as we said to women, I've been saying it over and over, women ought to be careful of where this is going. Because for those of you who would have lived in the United Kingdom, Trump may be rolling back the agenda in the United States, but the agenda is way, way, way advanced in the United Kingdom. You wouldn't want to know the confusion in education. You wouldn't want to know the war about toilet in this country. And it has gotten to danger point because some institution under this new regime has opened up the floodgate of a one gender toilet use. And that is causing sexual attacks on women in this very United Kingdom because of the agenda that is being pushed, the openness. And I don't see people really understanding. I have to deal with it in workplace when I was working. It is fucking confusing. It is confusing. You are being forced as how to speak. A new English language has been forced upon you. And I hope people wake up to understand what people are talking about when they say this is not really, as I've always said, this is not really just a gay agenda. The gay agenda has been here forever. This is a whole new queer bullshit that is going off the scale, really, with the madness. And as I've always said, women who fought for many rights are being at risk, and they ought to push back on this agenda. Right, we're going to move over now to the continuous attack on Mr. Bolt. Some of you may have seen an article in the Observer titled, "Stop Blaming the Government for Misconduct at SSL." Now I want to read this article for you. It's going to be a mumble and a fluff the way through it because the eye not so brilliant tonight. But this article, oh, what the hell? Hold on. This article was written by Hazel Portobello, one of the JLP surrogate. Lady Hazel Portobello wrote an article, and why is this thing keep crashing? What I'm aiming to do tonight is link for you why I'm saying, why is my computer crashing? I hope I'm in studio still. Oh my God. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Bear with me, please. I wonder if I'm in studio still. It looks like it. Bear with me, my peeps. The old Dolly House has started with this computer. Bear with me. Bear with me. Oh, I may have to start up another computer. Hold on, let me start up another computer. Oh God, I'm not seeing anything on my screen. Out. Sorry about that, my peeps. It has knocked me out of the studio. Right, can this... Oh. Right. Bear with. Let me get my stuff back on stream. Let me fix back my galang in here because I need to get access to this article. Bear with me, my peeps. I want to know where are the findings in the multi-agency investigation. Don't mind them. Bear with me. I'm just lining up back my system to find back this article. We may have to go through tonight because, as I said, the rat bite and the rat blows at the same time. The article headline: Don't blame the government for misconduct at SSL. Right, let me see if I get things back into the studio. Oh, come on, don't play me about article. Let me have peace. Bear with me. Close. No, sir. You drunk for them really know I'm if you read the article here tonight. Hold on to me and the junk for them. Hold on the peeps. No, sir. Open this article, the Observer crash my page. Let's try again. Let us try. And I want to read it from my computer where I can see it better. Bear with me. If not, you know what? Let me go get my iPad where I can read from my iPad, which is a bigger screen. Hold on to my peeps. I'm going to try and read from the iPad because it provides me a bigger screen than reading from the phone. But I want to read this article for you. Cause oh, why on earth? Hold on there. Right. Let me explain now as to why I'm linking it back to Adam and what the boy name? To Adam and Matthew Samuda. Why I'm linking it to Adam and Matthew Samuda? The article was written by a JLP surrogate, not supporter, surrogate. And that surrogate is no other than Hazel Portobello. And we'll read into the article for you shortly. And we will analyze the bullshottery. Marlon Morgan, I don't blame you. Anybody entitled to talk bullshit, Marlon Morgan. But I don't see the reason for Apka Fitzhenley opening his mouth any at all, because what comes out of it, him don't seem to understand it, nor him can explain it. So I don't see a reason. I don't see a reason for Apka Fitzhenley opening his mouth. Sandy San, Lord Jesus. Anyway, let's read what Sheila says. Recently, the Jamaican government has faced unwarranted criticism following a scandal involving Sprint legend Usain Bolt and the alleged misappropriation of his funds through Stocks and Security Limited. While it is understandable that emotions run high in the wake of such significant financial fraud, attempts to switch blame onto the government are misplaced and politically motivated, especially with the general election constitutionally due this September. Remember, media tell you, so them are going to soon say politics. Mr. Bolt was the one who, I'm not reading here, I'm just saying, Mr. Bolt was the one who referred to the government as the one who can do something about it. It wasn't the People's National Party said it, it was Mr. Bolt. So this would be an attack on Mr. Bolt, but let's continue. A commitment to protect investors. The government of Jamaica has acted decisively and appropriately in response to the allegations surrounding SSL. Upon learning of the fraud, it swiftly initiated a multi-agency investigation to protect investors and ensure accountability. Now let's stop there a bit. This government who promised FBI and all sort to come and investigate, this government who promised transparency, this same government who try in court to block details of the SSL report becoming published. The writer conveniently escaped all of those. Continue reading. This proactive approach underscored the government commitment to safeguard the interests of all Jamaicans, including high-profile investor like Bolt. Like, seriously? Under the instruction of the Prime Minister, the Financial Services Commission have been actively involved in overseeing the investigation appointing a temporary manager for SSL to ensure that all operations are scrutinized and victims receive necessary support. The government has also facilitated communication with affected investors to provide update and guidance throughout this challenging process. What he's denouncing here in this paragraph is where Mr. Bolt spoke of the lack of not knowing where things are and how things are progressing. Here is a JLP surrogate saying the government give them the support, and the government also facilitated communication with affected investors. So basically, he's saying here, Mr. Bolt is lying because the government is giving Mr. Bolt all the necessary support they can, as well as the government is communicating with Mr. Bolt and other investors. That's what the writer is leading us to believe. Continue. It is crucial to recognize the political context surrounding the current disclosure. The efforts of those who are trying desperately to make this an indictment against the government are clear, irrespective of the blatant facts surrounding the government effort to help people affected. The opposition People's National Party appear to be leveraging the situation as a political ploy. So when Mr. Bolt spoke about his money, and when Mr. Bolt make reference to the government, are you saying Mr. Bolt was being political? Whatever disclosure you are mentioning, these disclosure also, the disclosure after Mr. Bolt spoke that you are referring to. Oh God, but why the observer don't want me to read this article in peace? The disclosure that you are referring to, it was leaked by the government and published by another government surrogate, by another set of JLP surrogate. Continue. Where were we? Political ploy influencing public narrative to undermine the government. This is a textbook case of exploiting a tragedy for political gain, and the public needs to remain vigilant against such criminal tactics. Now, after Mr. Bolt spoke, it was the same Jamaica Labour Party in the face of the popping mattress came out and attacked Mr. Bolt. The radio station, the government vlogger, continued the attack. The government leaked information to their vlogger. And that was what everybody, including the People's National Party, responded to. How on earth is this political? How on earth is the PNP making it political when it was your party, your supporters, your workers in your Jamaica Labour Party came out and attacked Mr. Bolt and asked him if the government asked him to invest or him take it up on him head and go invest. But now I notice the same them JLP surrogates are turning the thing around and say PNP use it as a political ploy to sway people. I don't understand that nonsense, but not remembering at all that it was this same government who got a report from their own Financial Services Commission who warned of the dangers of SSL. And it was the same government that ignored that report and did nothing about it. It was the same government that gives them a yearly license of fitness to operate. Since SSL is a private entity, it is evident that the government is working to address the issue as best as it can. The question therefore arises, is Bolt being used by the opposition as a political pawn? You see how desperate these people are? This is desperation coming from the Jamaica Labour Party, you know. When they turn around and attack Mr. Bolt, they're saying now that the PNP is using Bolt as a political pawn. By attempting to shift the blame onto the government in the SSL fraud matter, the opposition not only undermines the integrity of the investigation, this is where the bullshit falls flat. Now, the government, which its agencies carried out the investigation, and this same government is leaking information of the investigation to their vlogger, who undermines the investigation. You see the backwards dunceness of these people who call themselves labor rights. Even when they walk around every day and tell you that I'm Dr. So-and-so, Dr. Bitch, Dr. Which, and Dr. Who. What we did there, yes. By attempting to shift the blame on the PNP in the SSL fraud, the opposition is undermining integrity of the investigation by also disrespect the experience of those who have been victimized by the fraud. Wasn't that what Venetia Phillips, the old political bike of whichever party decides to ride her, wasn't this exactly what she came out and did? Boy, may I tell you, Lady Hazel Portabella, I don't know which rock she stay under and write this bullshit, but the rock could have dropped on her finger on the pen. Should I even read any more of this bullshit? My people, I don't even need to read any more of this bullshit. The bullshit is written by Hazel Portabello. If you don't know who Hazel Portabello is, tough for uno. Uno that I forgot to do a research to find out who Hazel Portabello is. Uno would have to find out who Hazel Portabello is. But these people are delusional. And them don't realize, say, if you're going to address an issue and you cannot address it as the truth, don't bother with it. Because coming with the spins and the scrubbing and the bending over to achieve something, and all I know I go lucky like Marlon Morgan. And all I know I go lucky like Delano Steve Wright. I cannot remind the Jamaica Labour Party enough of how disgraceful their behavior has been seen by everybody. No amount to writing bullshit article. So now we know this article was put out by the Observer. The article is written by a JLP surrogate. Adam Stewart is a JLP supporter, the owner of Observer. The managing director or editor, whatever she is the wife of Matthew Samuda. Nobody else would have published such article except for the Observer and the radio station, the vlogger on the radio cross the road. Another attack on Mr. Bolt from the same JLP clan them. How would this not be linked to Matthew Samuda? Here's a Portabella. Write up some bullshit for me. Turn it back around on the PNP them. Like, seriously? Are you not listening to the nation? Are you not listening to Jamaicans at home? Are you not listening to Jamaicans in the diaspora? Do you think we haven't followed this closely enough to know who is speaking bullshit or not? That's why I'm telling the JLP sometime when I say shut up. Shut up. Because the more you open the mouth, and the more you fall in the sinkhole them, where people are trying to drive careful if you're not dropping in Jamaica. The more you speak, and the more you fall in a sinkhole. You cannot create a situation in public and then come back in the same public where everybody eye open and ears clean and come switch it around. Say the person you can't see, other person you do it because of politics. When the old trollop from Papine come out, wasn't it political? Wasn't it political? Is it not been seen by Jamaicans on a whole as being a political attack on Mr. Bolt? The Labour Party is in a great delusion. Just like how Mr. They send them out today. Come sit down. Even Sandy San, she don't seem to understand much of the questions she asks because we don't know if she couldn't walk come all the way so far just to come ask few questions. You could have turned on your phone and asked them, you know. You could have turned on your phone and asked the few questions. Marlon Morgan, you get a new job. You need a new bra for where you go work, for all your titty them in place. Them they all over the place too much. But I don't see a reason. But no matter, but then again, could I take another composition today? Well, you might as well then bring Currency and Morrison with the composition because Judith Catbird said, just stunts. God help her. You don't know why she not go run after donkey, goat, and hog. Because she certainly don't understand her role. She don't even know where going in her constituency. You come ask Mark Golden about what is going on in your constituency. Why didn't you come and tell us what is happening in your constituency? You there for your constituency all this time. You know, so this sand them, in it, this style them, in your constituency is a sandy type of style. But you come ask Mark Golden about contract and them bullshit there in your constituency. You should rather come and tell us what the contract is, what it entails, who it's with, and the reason why it was given. You come and ask in the question, a government, a people, they generally ask questions. What you ought to do or what you should have done is come and outlay to us and tell us all the corruption involved in it. But don't come ask the question when it make no sense. You ask the question and the general public is not really aware of why you ask those questions because you didn't give context to why you ask the questions. Even when asked by the journalist, you still have no idea how to explain what you're asking. Sorry for you know, like good sorry for
dollars at failed brokerage house Stocks and Securities Limited. The multiple sprint world record holder recently made public his dissatisfaction with the pace of the investigations, which has triggered a public debate.
Our concern mainly is that an effort is being made to blame Mr. Bolt personally for the loss of his funds at SSL.
Mr. Gordon was referring to comments like this from politician Venetia Phillips, who questioned on social media site X, did you get advice or directive from government directly or indirectly regarding making the investment you made and then lost? Was it all privately done? Have you sued the person who managed your affairs? These questions, if answered, will give us here perspective. Mr. Bolt on Wednesday quoted her post stating, trying to victim shame me? Don't be a syndicate.
The stress is aggravated and heightened by persons entering into the blame game and the shaming of the victim. In other words, it's your fault. You put the money in the wrong place. You should have put it elsewhere. The allegation that the funds never got there suddenly have been elevated by one of the spinners.
Mr. Gordon notes Ken Tomlinson, who was appointed by the Financial Services Commission to take temporary management of SSL, found records confirming these lodgements and has attested to them in the Supreme Court.
But anyway, anywhere, and by anyhow you look at it, it is wrong to be cultivating in the minds of persons that monies went elsewhere and therefore SSL is not responsible for some or all of his funds, and that he made a bad choice in investing in SSL.
No, Mr. Gordon and his team are considering separate legal action.
In this widespread attack on Mr. Bolt, certain persons might have crossed the border into defamation. And we are scrutinizing all the allegations being made, and we will take steps to protect his character and his reputation.
In the meantime, Mr. Gordon says the team is concerned about updates from the authorities.
We have not, for example, been invited to any formal meeting with anyone from any of the departments, including the FSC, to say this is what is happening and this is where we are going. We are out in the dark.
I hope the writer of the article is following the timeline and the participants referred to in this news piece.
And we are just hoping that the investigations, including the reports from the foreign entities or persons who came in as experts, none of those have been shared with us, although it appears that people in the media are quoting from some of those reports.
Director of Public Prosecutions Paula Llewellyn told the Gleaner on Thursday her office is now ready to prosecute the case against former SSL Client Relations Manager Jean-Ann Panton, the loan company official charged in the matter where Bolt and other SSL clients' accounts were defrauded close to 5 billion Jamaican dollars. Ms. Llewellyn said Bolt's matter has been reflected as it relates to the 22-count allegations against Panton.
Let me say to members of the Jamaica Labour Party, the entire Jamaica Labour Party, we understand that you get caught in public with your pants down. You get caught in public with your hands in the cookie jar. Jamaica saw. The world saw. No amount of twisting and turning and telling lies and spinning blames is going to take you out of a governmental responsibility. It all started where Nigel Clark got the report warning of the practices at SSL and ignore the report. All of you, I mean all of you, carefully avoid that fact. All of you JLP supporters, carefully avoid that fact. That Nigel Clark maybe could have protected some of the investors if acted upon that report that he got from an agency under his stewardship. How is the government not responsible when the government was warned and the government failed to do anything? The government failed to protect investors. How is the government not responsible for the failures at SSL given what Nigel Clark knew? One can't say Nigel Clark never knew. Mr. McFarlane said he sent the report. And because Mr. McFarlane talking in public since send the report, them stop Mr. McFarlane. You all are talking about transparency. The same government is fighting in court to block the SSL report. That's why I tell you now, well, stop coming in public, come make yourself look fool. Because when you don't come and twist and whine and doctor and double down, when you just look fooler than we originally thought you all were. I mean, it's plain to see. There's a digital footprint of everything. From the fixed interview to Venetia Phillips's comment that blew everything out the water. Then Lady Mulvina from across the road and Mrs. Julian come out and them talk who are where both money never reach, are where both money tap on road, talk to people and never get to reach its own destination because night catch him pan road. No, come out and talk it, you know. I never see the PNP come out and talk them something there. But Hazel Portobello wrote this article and pushed this narrative this morning because, as I understood it, I did not watch last night. Sometimes don't care to watch political campaigns, to be honest. But Mark Golden may have bitten quite a chunk out of the Prime Minister last night. Hence, Matthew Samoda and his wife and Adam Stewart have to wield into action early in the morning, and no other than Hazel Portobello to strip herself and make her way to the stage, grab the pole, and there she went. When you're not tired of being a disgrace to yourself, Jamaica Labour Party, aren't you tired of being a public disgrace? Because the more you come out and attack Mr. Bolter, the more you come out and the double down, it is showing the disgraceful character of the Jamaica Labour Party, its members and supporters. From government right down to careless vloggers. The world is watching. This is not something that you can sweep under the carpet. You can deny him justice in the judicial system, but certainly we're going to get justice in public. Because you have robbed someone that the world keeps their eyes on. You, the government of Jamaica, and your institution aligned, your politically aligned institution, the Paul Cheng Young group and the Phoenix group and all such alike and such a forth. All are not criminals. The all are not criminal. That's why you know walk and sell Batiso. That's why you know take money from Europe, Canada, and America to sell Jamaica Batty to the world. Because you can't satisfy. When you don't have no dignity, you don't have no soul. More and more each day, Jamaicans are waking up to the destructive practice and policies of the Jamaica Labour Party. We are the only people who are in the midst of managing a good economy. The same good economy turn round and fall down on the Prime Minister. Right when the Prime Minister need the good economy for shine for him. In an election year, the final budget before election, the Prime Minister economy is in recession. Where did you went wrong, Prime Minister? I think where you possibly went wrong is the upper house, so you have to walk and go out every day and get the camera glare out of it. Prime Minister, Jamaicans have a way of saying God no like ugly or God not sleep. A whole heap of things in the Prime Minister you pluck up for chick way, to get a third term, like the good economic management, the low job, the low unemployment rate, the good road, we mash up what you say one turn around and declare emergency pan, national emergency, not Zozo emergency in a one corner, nationwide emergency. Your social housing, your new social housing Prime Minister, we just realize say, it's a scam. It's a double scam run by the Prime Minister and the Minister of Local Government. Every little thing where you plan for campaign pan in a Prime Minister, everything just a fall down pan you so in an election year. Remember, so you still not deliver your 100-day promise. You still not deliver the crime plan. All of you not deliver the JPS and the NWC, this code. All of them look promising. Reach and Spark now go save you, Cause Reach now go reach. And Spark definitely now go spark. Just wait till the rain come. Make the rain come, Prime Minister. And you will see say Reach and Spark. Reach now reach and Spark now spark. Because the hurry come up patch across the nation, Prime Minister. We old enough to know say the patch no last more than 2 weeks, or it no last until longer than the next heavy rainfall. Come on now. We're no fool. I know 50-year-old pot or 50-year-old pothole. Me know 50-year-old pothole. Because I know pothole in my community were older than me. So why you think we're going to be frightened by patching, Prime Minister? Just give it until the next rainfall. We're way back to square one, probably and beyond again. Everything fall down upon the Prime Minister all at once. Dup it upon you, From Babsy go walk the Obia last year, everything crash. Things just have got bad, so. If one be truthful, since the local government election last year, February, the Jamaica Labour Party has been rolling from one scandal to the next. I cannot remember the week where we were short of a scandal coming out of this government. Most of them has to do with high-level corruption involving the Prime Minister and associates of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister and the party credibility is under a cloud. The Prime Minister under investigation. 7 people of the Prime Minister's party is under investigation for criminal gains. The Prime Minister himself has been referred to for financial crime, investigation of financial crimes. The mood of the party base is low and divided. There's war in the cabinet, war in the party, war when it comes to political positioning. Don't look good, Prime Minister. Don't look good at all. Look at the difference of the road shows. The low-level campaign that is going on now between both parties. Look at the support coming from the Jamaica Labour Party base. The little Takaram building them on inner. God help you. We see poor dear old Marlene came with an audience full of canvas. A whole audience of canvas. Marlene Malaho Fort come with. Me never know say canvas could have full one whole building so.
I think Madam can move.
Yes, Ivan Riley, the potato thief, confess. And while why them people are serious, While Dalwimpler confessed to the money where she thief, Dalwimpler still a thief and sell potato at the same time. Me can't manage them thief, Because remember, was it 20 what's it? Andrew, he go up on stage, go pray and beg for forgiveness and tell we how much he have sinned against the people of Jamaica. And that was in the same time, in the same COVID era, where Andrew Holness enriching himself, while at the same time, he might tell God saying sin against we. And he might beg forgiveness. I don't easy people them. These people are not easy people. They are very deadly. That's why I say they are rats. They bite and they blow at the same time. Their intention is for you to not be aware that they are really biting you. Enough of this attack, Jamaica Labour Party, because it's only members of the Jamaica Labour Party that is attacking Usain Bolt. Enough of it. We have recognized how low you are and can be and decide to go. We get it now. You don't have to continue. Dig a hole and walk and down a foot. We get it. We understand that you're not just low and cheap when it comes to anything. We do get it. All right? So no can stop now. Because if you don't understand what this can do to Jamaica's reputation, you wouldn't stop irritate Mr. Bolt. If you understand what it can do to Jamaica reputation, if Mr. Bolt decide to go out on some international interview, it will be a wahala. When I make on a point, we see who know is. We didn't know a long time. But sometime you would have think say some people are off limits. You've all shown your color now that you, members of the JLP, have no respect for the legend that Mr. Bolt is. Even though we don't use him legendary to capitalize off, it's plain to us that other members of the Jamaica Labour Party have no respect for Mr. Bolt. We get it. And what we're not going to do is forget your behavior. Thank you all very much for being here tonight on the Global Television Group. TikTok, can you take the likes to 10,000, please? YouTube, I'm not going to start on tonight on YouTube. YouTube, I'm not going to start on tonight because I'm not supportive. 80 people over TikTok, and them take the likes over there to 9,000. I want to sit down and tear in my face. I want to sit down and a tear in my face. And that's what I do. Because a beauty competition will come. When I come a beauty pageant, so I'm going to sit down. When I'm on YouTube, I tear up in my face. When I go on like something wrong with a finger over there. Anyway, my peeps, thank you all very much for being here tonight. I'm going to go get some sleep now, see if I correct my eyes, because my eyes very out of this world. So, I'm going to go see if I correct my eye. But thank you all very much. And remember, TikTok gifts are also welcome as well. YouTube, take the likes up for us, please. Thanks to everyone. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Join us back tomorrow morning for the At a Glance program at, 7 p.m., 7 a.m. local time and UK time, 12 noon, I think that's somewhere like so it go. Anyway, my peeps, thank you very much. Thank you. And make sure you follow and subscribe so when we put out our next broadcast, you will be the first to get your notification. Thank you all very much for being here. Good night from Global Television Group.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.